Hey everyone, welcome back to ThinkWire. Today we are going to discuss grading in the education system. We've all been there, the nervous anticipation before a test, the relief or disappointment when we see our grades. Grades feel like a constant presence in our lives, from our earliest school days to college and beyond. But what if we took a step back and asked a fundamental question? Is grading really fair? Is it the best way to measure learning? Does it actually help students succeed? The truth is, grading systems have been debated for centuries. What started as a seemingly simple way to track student progress has become a complex and often controversial issue. This essay explores the history, impact, and future of grading. It's time to ask tough questions and consider new possibilities for a more equitable and effective education system. The concept of evaluating students has been around for a long time. Some scholars trace early forms of grading back to ancient China, where officials used exams to select candidates for government positions. In the Western world, universities began using formal grading systems in the 18th century. Letter grades, as we know them today, A, B, C, D, F, became common in the United States in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Over time, grading systems became more standardized and widespread. They became deeply ingrained in the fabric of education. But as we'll see, this doesn't mean they are perfect or without their flaws. Grading systems vary significantly around the world. Some countries like Finland are known for their emphasis on holistic assessment and minimal standardized testing. They often use narrative evaluations instead of traditional letter grades. Other countries such as Japan and South Korea place a high value on rigorous academic achievement and competitive examinations. Their grading systems often reflect this emphasis. These different approaches reflect different cultural values and priorities in education. By looking at these diverse systems, we can gain valuable insights into the strengths and weaknesses of our own approaches to assessment. Grades are often presented as objective measures of learning. However, the reality is far more complicated. While grades can provide some feedback on student performance, they can also have unintended and often negative consequences. On the positive side, grades can motivate some students to work harder and strive for excellence. They can also provide a sense of structure and accountability in the classroom. However, the potential downsides of traditional grading are significant. Grades can create a culture of competition and comparison among students, undermining collaboration and the love of learning. The pressure to achieve high grades can lead to anxiety, cheating, and a focus on rote memorization over deep understanding. It's time to question whether the potential benefits of grading outweigh these serious drawbacks. Beyond letter grades, exploring alternative assessment methods. Fortunately, there are alternatives to traditional letter grades. Educators and researchers have developed a wide range of innovative assessment methods that focus on student growth, engagement, and mastery of skills. One such alternative is standards-based grading, which measures student progress against specific learning objectives rather than comparing them to their peers. This approach provides more detailed and meaningful feedback to students about their strengths and areas for improvement. Another promising approach is portfolio assessment, where students compile a collection of their work over time to demonstrate their learning journey. Portfolios encourage reflection, self-assessment, and the development of critical thinking skills. These alternative assessment methods offer a more holistic and student-centered approach to evaluating learning. By shifting our focus away from traditional grades, we can create a more equitable and effective learning environment for all students. The bigger picture: how grading shapes our society. The impact of grading extends far beyond the classroom. The way we assess students has profound implications for our society as a whole. Grading systems can perpetuate social inequalities. Students from privileged backgrounds often have access to better resources and support, giving them an advantage in a system that rewards high achievement. The pressure to get good grades can also narrow the curriculum. Schools may prioritize subjects that are easily measurable on standardized tests, neglecting essential skills like creativity, collaboration, and critical thinking. By rethinking our approach to grading, we can create a more just and equitable society. We can foster a love of learning, encourage collaboration, and prepare students for the challenges of the 21st century. The mental health crisis. Grades and student well-being. One of the most alarming consequences of our current grading system is its impact on student mental health. The pressure to succeed, the fear of failure, and the constant comparison to peers can take a toll on students' emotional well-being. Research has shown a strong correlation between academic pressure and increased levels of stress, anxiety, and depression among young people. In extreme cases, the pressure to achieve high grades has even been linked to suicidal thoughts and behaviors. We cannot ignore the human cost of our obsession with grades. It's time to prioritize the well-being of our students and create a learning environment that supports their emotional and social development. If you think this video is informative, then share this video with your friends. Time for a change. Rethinking grading for a better future. The evidence is clear. Our current grading system is flawed. It's time to move beyond the limitations of traditional grades and embrace a more holistic, student-centered approach to assessment. This doesn't mean we should abolish all forms of evaluation. Feedback is essential for learning. However, we need to find ways to provide feedback that is meaningful, constructive, and supportive without the harmful side effects of traditional grading. Imagine a future where students are encouraged to take risks, embrace challenges, and learn from their mistakes. Imagine a future where collaboration is valued over competition and where the joy of learning takes center stage. If you like this video, subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon for further updates.